Today, we're going to talk about 10 things you shouldn't do in Barcelona. I've seen lots of videos that tell you about what not to do in Barcelona that are a little inaccurate. This is what you actually shouldn't do in Barcelona. Number 1. Don't buy drinks at the beach. A lot of people who visit Barcelona take advantage and go enjoy the beach. If you do, don't buy the drinks that people offer you as they walk by. It is a well-known fact among the city's residents that to keep the drinks cool, the sellers place the alcohol bottles and cocktails in the gutters, risking contamination of the cocktails with bacteria that might make you sick. Number 2. Don't leave your things unattended at the beach. If you want to go in the water, don't leave your things alone on the sand. If you're in a group, make sure that at least somebody stays to guard your stuff. I know that in some countries it might be safe to leave your things unattended on the sand, but in Barcelona there will be plenty of pickpockets walking around and keeping an eye out, and so the second you leave, they'll come by to pick up your stuff. Number 3. Spaniards don't tend to drink sangria. Spain is a place known for the sun, flamenco, and maybe even sangria. But contrary to popular belief, Spaniards don't really drink sangria. Sangria was popularized in the 1960s and since then has become emblematic as the tourist drink. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that it's bad, but if you'd like to drink as the locals do, try ordering a glass of wine, vermouth, or maybe even a drink called tinto de verano. Number 4. Try to steer clear of the flamenco shows. Flamenco is a part of Spanish culture, but not from Barcelona. There are different traditions that are endemic to the different regions of Spain, and flamenco actually comes from the south. That's why you will probably struggle to find authentic flamenco. Most shows you do find in the city are considered tourist traps, where you will probably see some mediocre flamenco. If you do want to see a traditional dance from this region of Spain, you would have to look up something called sardanas, which is a typical dance of the region. Number 5. Don't forget Catalan culture and language exist. I totally made this mistake when I first came to Barcelona. I thought that Spanish was the only language spoken in Spain and that it was all about bulls and paella. When you come for a visit, remember that there are a total of 4 official languages spoken throughout Spain, and each of these regions has its own rich culture and traditions. Barcelona is a part of Catalunya, where they speak Catalan, and they build castells, dance la sardana, and eat their own traditional desserts. Number 6. Don't forget the areas outside of Barcelona. If you are coming to Barcelona to enjoy some nice days at the beach, don't forget the areas outside of Barcelona. The beach in Barcelona may be attractive, but you can easily find more calm and less packed beaches only a train or bus ride away to the north or south of Barcelona. If you are feeling particularly adventurous, you can even rent a car and head up to La Costa Brava, which is about an hour and a half to 2 hours away, to discover some of the most beautiful beaches in Spain. Number 7. Try to steer clear of eating paella at La Rambla or Passeig Gaudí. It is normally a telltale sign when there are employees with menus in hand trying to entice you to come into their establishment. I think this is a pretty strong indicator that you shouldn't walk in. These places are normally tourist traps claiming to serve authentic food. This in part may be true, but most likely is just bad quality, poorly done Spanish food. If you want something authentic, Spanish or not, just use Google reviews or websites like Time Out to find a good restaurant. Number 8. Don't eat lunch outside the times of 2 and 4 p.m. Unless you are in deep tourist areas of the city, it might be hard for you to find a place to eat before or after these times. Keep in mind, Spaniards tend to eat lunch and dinner at different times of the day than most of the rest of the world. Normally, they eat lunch between 2 and 4 p.m. and dinner between 8 and 10 p.m. Typically, you won't be able to find places to eat outside of these times. I know that in the US at least, you can go to any restaurant and they are open all day, but here the kitchens close so that they can prepare for the next mealtime. Number 9. Don't miss out on the menú del día. If you're cheap like me and plan to eat only one meal outside of your Airbnb a day and make the rest at home, eat out for lunch. It's very common for restaurants to offer special meals for lunch from Monday to Friday. They offer you a set menu where you can choose from a few options for your first plate, second plate, drink, and dessert, all for one special price. It's the typical meal that office workers tend to eat during their lunch breaks. Number 10. Don't forget to tip after a free guided tour. I've recently met some tour guides, and it surprised me to learn that people tend not to tip at the end of a free guided tour. Remember that these people guide you around the center of the city for an hour or two and work hard to put together an informative and entertaining tour. Keep in mind, they don't receive a salary for the work they do. They get paid through the tips that you give them, so it's pretty much expected that you will tip them at the end. So next time, at the end of a free city tour, go ahead and don't forget to tip your guide. Hello, my name is Rachel. If you'd like to learn more about Barcelona or my life here in the city, click right here to subscribe.